Hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on, please. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And because of that, we have built this fantastic community. You've been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are part of the community who's watching on replay, hello, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like a higher speed, whatever works for you. All right, I just need to pull up, just need to make sure I've got the questions here. I had to quickly make an important graphic because we have some, important bit of news that needed a proper news graphic. So I've got that right up at the front, right up top. So we'll jump into this important bit of news. All right. So you might want to grab a pen or some paper. Oh, thank you, Charles. All right, so be ready to take some notes because it turns out that the important news is that there have been some mischief makers, and of course, I am not recommending you do that. No one here at Black and Orange is recommending that you do this. But there has been malicious compliance on Musk demands. People who understand code have broken it down that apparently when Elon Musk took over at X, he demanded that the people working there also send in emails justifying their jobs. And so what he did is he had all of that information dumped into a particular kind of database. So while there is some talk that they are only at this address, that they are only accepting emails from .gov addresses, which is not even necessarily workable because there are people who don't have access, but there are some people who either have access to a .gov email address to send from, or that they're just sending it in, and they're going to see how closely, how much detail care is being taken in the responses, because it's apparently it's a malicious compliance if someone was to send these exact 5 bullet points to this email address, because with the way that Musk did this in the past with things of this nature in that database, it would make the database unusable. So here at Black and Orange, we don't recommend that you take part in this. I'm here to share the news that there is malicious compliance going on for Musk demands. All right. I just thought you'd want to know. Okay. Oh, really, Mr. Dill? Isn't that interesting? Okay. And I will put that I will, of course, put that important news, sharing that news in the comments. I'll pin it to the top of the comments after the live stream. Okay. All right. At 5 minutes in, Oh, boy. Grace brought this up, but apparently this morning, you know how employees in the government are supposed to come back to work? They're supposed to come in. You can't work from home anymore. So they apparently came in this morning, and at HUD, at HUD, Housing and Urban Development, just going to get a little moisturizer for my hands. And there are these monitors all over, I guess, that help people find things, or what information, or and all of the monitors were completely full of a deep fake of, let's just say, the Felon and Muck, or more specifically, the Felon worshiping at the feet of Muck. Well, they couldn't figure out where this was coming from, and it took them a while to find a maintenance person there who they hadn't fired, who then had to go floor by floor through the building, pulling the power on every single monitor throughout the whole building. So, there is a video link in the description if you want to see it. I have not. I've heard that it's ew. But, hey, I'm only here to report on the news and read on it. Where are my tarot cards? All right. Give. Oh, all right. We're doing this. We're doing Pope Tarot today. Okay. Yes, DL, it was truly a defeat at HUD. All right. Let's do this. And you'll notice, at least as far as I've heard, has anybody heard about the amazing anonymous actually doing anything useful? Could they destroy my life? I'm sure they could. Anyone who's a particularly good hacker could I'm just an average person. So they could, but they supposedly believe in free speech. So it's my free speech. Amy Alberts is not a word from Anonymous. Yeah, exactly. Joyce Matthews says, "Where's Sarah when you need her? I can hear her saying, y'all." I know. Thank you, Charles. All right, so I mean, of all the things that could be done, I think it's pretty obvious it was somebody who worked there, who knew the system. Yeah, apparently, let's just say that the felons' victory they did a number in HUD, in HUD, according to the employees. This is a really, really bad use of resources. Doing all of all the firings, all of the people who've been trained, the people who, you still don't know what's functional, what's not. Four of Pentacles. Day late and a dollar short. What else are they going to do? There's some very sad, disappointed people, worried about money. Of course they're going to do something like this. It's not... This is... At most, it's probably a misdemeanor. Page of Wands. Oh, and some... It feels like a MAGA flunky trying to find out who did it. Yeah, this is not some foreign... Amy, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do every day. Oh, thank you, Amy. That's huge. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Warrior Witch. That is literally... I just read on that. That's literally what I was reading on. Amy, thank you again. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is not some... I'm getting no foreign interference, something. No. No. I want to answer a couple more of your questions here, and then there are a couple of things that were in social media that I wanted to tell you about. But first, 11:35, because of course they have to. The CIA is scrambling to protect its people after a White House email about civil service layoffs appeared to compromise the names of certain undercover officers. I'm not even going to bother reading on it. Will someone get in trouble for this? Because, but are people going to be safe? Are they going to be able to get out in time? Wow. Ooh, somebody's going to be in trouble. Yikes. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, this could go very, very badly for those poor people. Oh, man. Hanged Man. This could go very badly for these people. King of Pentacles. Like people in the White House really care. Really? Three of Swords. Ouch. There's the country. There's justice. This is a bigger deal, certainly for the people involved, than it sounds like. I don't think this is just going to... I don't think this is going to go well for the people involved, and possibly for whoever leaked this information. Oh, I was hoping this would just kind of be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. They caught it in time. Everybody's going to be okay. It's just awful. That's not what that looks like. Yikes. Will somebody be held accountable for this? I know, I'm wasting my time, but here we are. No. I'm not going to show you the cards. Just, nobody's going to be held accountable. Yes, I'm Kelpie. The Kremlin Krasnov Compromat. For those of you who have not heard, it came out that Krasnov was the code name they used for the felon in Russia, as they were doing their level best to basically make him at very least a useful idiot rather than him just being an idiot. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, Old Silver, Trumpy's spy name. Krasnov. Yeah. That was his code name. Kremlin Krasnov compromat. Thank you, I'm Kelby. Okay, what do we have here? All right. This might be nothing. So let's read on it. An asset, not a spy. Exactly, Deb. Sorry, I misspoke. I think I misspoke. I don't think he's smart enough to be a spy. So I don't think I said spy, but I know what you, asset, not a spy. Yes. Yes, thank you. So like I said, I don't know if this actually is, I don't know if this is a thing, but we should look at it because there is a new choir director involved in the USMC Choir. It is the first woman ever to be choir director. Does that mean anything? Not necessarily. I just thought I'd share. But at the governor's ball this past weekend, where, of course, the Felon and Mrs. Felon, who hates him, and governors were there, etc., etc. It was beautiful rendition. The United States Marine Corps Choir performed. As people were sitting at the tables, they filed in singing and spread out and walked between the tables and all of this. Okay. The USMC Choir performed a beautiful rendition of Do You Hear the People Sing from Les Mis? Most in attendance did not catch on that this is a song of protest against a corrupt government that the people are rebelling against. Was the song requested? Or did the choir director just eat? Or, it's rousing and it talks about the people and we're just wondering. I've seen the video. It is a beautiful choral rendition. Card for the reading is 7 of Wands. I'll tell you what I'm getting in a minute. I'm just having a look at the cards. 7 of Pentacles, Fruits of Labor, 6 of Pentacles, Charity, Devil, 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands. I think would be disappointed. I don't think it meant anything. I don't think it meant anything. This was, but it does point out that this was free entertainment paid for by the taxpayers. All those rich, ultra rich people, but they got free entertainment. Corruption, but we would be disappointed. Yeah, I'm not picking up anything here. So, links in the description box, I believe. Now, Vanessa had a question, but there's a little bit of confusion at 1905. And that is simply that because Vanessa was kind enough to ask a question, but was asking about Twitler. Well, the problem with continuing to call the Felon Twitler is what was Twitter's now owned by Muscolini. So I think it can confuse some people. So I'm not quite sure how to go forward with that. I mean, it's not Twitter anymore, but it could cause, anyway. Vanessa's question was, is Twitler becoming more unhinged mentally? Robin Williams The very wise Robin Williams. Do you remember his skit about people who take substances? Well, why do you do this? Well, because, lets me, if you do this, you can be more yourself. Well, yeah, but what if you're a blank hole? Four of Pentacles. A day late and a dollar short. That would apply. He's holding on to his marbles with holding on for dear life. Five of Wands. He lives in chaos. He loves chaos. He's even got Uranus conjunct his sun, and he just embraces that awfulness. Oh yeah, Allison. Allison, hello. Calling him Felon 45. Oh yeah, I call him the Felon all the time. But yes, Nanu. Chaos. Ten of Swords, chaos. Is he becoming more unhinged mentally? He's becoming more himself. He is letting his id out. Whatever he wants, whatever he feels like. Sherry's asking, more unhinged, is that possible? Yeah, he's... Dave, I like that felonious punk. Why does that make me think of Scroobius Pip? Is it Night Porter? Is Scroobius Pip? Is that the song? It's really good. Because I've just been listening to a lot of Japan, so I'm thinking of Japan's Night. That's the song that's coming ahead. Is Japan's Night Porter, but Scroobius Pip's. It's really good. Anyway. All right, let's do Goral's question here at 2235. The famed Democratic Party strategist James Carville predicted that the Felon's White House team would collapse in less than a month. I think James Carville built his reputation in the 90s, and let's just say I think he's been able to have dinner off of that ever since. I'd like that to happen, but because they are on very unsteady ground. And last night, about 9 p.m. Eastern time, Mars and Cancer started moving forward. So all that stuff, that pent-up stuff, people are going to be able to start moving forward, taking action. Cindy said, he also said Dems should just sit back and let things happen. No. Amelia says Carville's behind the times. All right, King of Pentacles. That could be the Republicans around the White House. No, I'm not getting collapse. 9 of Cups. Well, it's obvious what they've done, and we're finally starting to step up and do something against the chaos so that they're getting pushback, which is good. And you know how I said they're just on shaky ground? It's the center card. Chariot, but things are still going forward for now. And the 6 of Pentacles. This is just a bunch of talk. Oh, yeah, we're not going to do that. Oh, we're not going to freeze that. Oh, all of those people can't access Medicaid? Even after that judge told us to unfreeze all of that? Gosh, I wonder how that happened. Yeah, this is that garbage. Yeah. Anyway, there is one thing I wanted to talk about at 2540. Let me make a note. So we know that there have been a lot of we know that there have been people going on social media who are MAGA who are saying they regret their vote. Okay, whatever. And 99% of the time it's because something is hurting them personally. So you do have people who are they've lost benefits, they can't access Medicaid. Telehealth is going away for some rural people for, is it Medicaid? Starting on April 1st. It's just bad. It's just very bad, chaotic. All right. But the one thing that is the one group that I wanted to talk about was the group of federal employees who are losing their jobs. And they are bigly mad because they were told, or it was implied to them, that, oh, if you're MAGA, if you're loyal, you're not going to lose your job. It's just, and some of the people are so, what they're angry about is they honestly thought that everyone above them was going to be fired. All these liberals above them was going to be fired, and they were just going to rise through the ranks. And suddenly they're out of a job too. I'm sorry. Was that a Jaguar? Did you bring a Jaguar in? And it metaphorically, entertainment only YouTube, ate your face, huh? But you expected it just to hurt everybody else. Because these people thought wrongly that the Felon and Musk and all the rest of them could care two hoots about what happens. So even Fox News at this point is starting to have discussions on air. Things like, well, of course, their MAGA shouldn't lose their job. And of course, we should be prioritizing. Yes, we should be prioritizing like veterans, like MAGA veterans who work in the government, or like certainly disabled MAGA veterans. And then, so their job should absolutely be safe. And then just MAGA veterans. And then, of course, honorably discharged. And then these and so Fox is just trying to spout this stuff. Nobody's listening. So I wanted to read on this because you're talking about a lot of people who are feel very betrayed now. So now they are losing their jobs, don't know how they're going to pay their rent or mortgage. And then some of them, and this is the kicker. And then when asked, well, what are you going to do now? Or volunteering, well, what am I going to do now? They say, well, I guess I'll have to just go on unemployment and look for another job. Really? Really? You mean the thing they're cutting? The thing they're trying to cut? Maybe some job training? Oh, wait, that's right. They're getting rid of that too. Oh, unemployment rate. Oh, yeah. The jobs numbers were really disappointing, I'm afraid. So, will the disgruntled MAGA make a difference? Turn on their masters? Ooh, maybe yes, because it's like you could feel the flames coming off the end of the reading. Whoa. Okay, these people, let's just say, they don't, these MAGA government workers, let's just say they're not, they famously didn't think things through. So now suddenly they're out of a job. They are certainly not being promoted. They're just out. And they're on very shaky ground because you're done. Just picked up by your heels and one ankle. So a lot of worry. This is usually fruits of labor. This would be trying to pull off your savings. You're having to draw off your savings. 3 of Cups. Of course, they think Democrats have it so perfectly well. Maybe they're going to learn that that's not true. And it ends with the DEATH card with the Justice card. I think they're going to get bigly mad. Yeah. So, anybody else? Can anybody else feel the flames coming off that? Oh, yes. By the way, there is a song. I never thought the Jaguars would eat my face. Yeah, that could get ugly. So, and I know there was something else we covered at the beginning. Those were coming in late. There was an important news, a bit of news that came out about some malicious compliance going on. So if you'd like to know more about that, that piece of news, just news, it's right near the beginning. Oh, I wanted to let you know some other interesting things that I ran across. Musk, basically, Starlink is going to lose something like $7 billion because let's just say he was really not nice to, now, correct me if I'm wrong, Carlos Slim. And apparently Carlos Slim is Mexican, a Mexican man who owns all kinds of broadcasting and all this kind of stuff. And Musk did something awful. So Slim has decided, no, I'm not. The $7 billion I was going to invest in with Starlink, no. And there was talk about a future 22 billion. No. There's nothing to read on there. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. We have that. We have that news and the other thing. It was her name's just Laura. Laura K. Abbott on social media. I just wanted to share. She has a good suggestion, which is that all of Elon Musk's assets be seized and given to Dolly Parton to do with as she sees fit. And I applaud this idea. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sherry. All right, I need to make space here because somebody wants to jump up. They got a whole bunch of papers and things, and I have no idea where to put them. Hi, you coming up here? All right, if you're not coming up here, I'm just going to leave that there. Yes, Amelia, in Dolly Parton we trust. Yes. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else I had made note of. All right. It's not really a surprise that Elon Musk is a 4-year-old son. Yeah, they were coming off a stage at some kind of, I guess, CPAC or whatever it was, but he walked down the stairs with his 4-year-old son behind him, and he just kept walking, just leaving the 4-year-old trying to figure out how to make his way down, part way down the staircase, trying to work it out, and he just... So I wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of these little side things in the news. All right, let's go back to let's talk about the midterms. At 3750, apparently, at least quietly, MAGA is acknowledging that the midterms are possibly slipping through their fingers when it comes to getting their congresspeople reelected, but are saying they, quote, don't care, unquote, and are encouraging Trump to, quote, not slow down, unquote, with his agenda. The links are in the description if you want to know who was saying all this. Quote, we're riding a wave right now, and we know we have to evangelize to our fellow citizens the richness of what we're doing. Rich for whom? And how it's conducive to human flourishing, unquote. Yes. The billionaires flourishing. Not you, bucko. How big will Trump's actions sway the 2026 midterm elections? I don't feel like I can sing it here, but there is a song. You can Google it and search for it. I never thought the leopards would eat my face, but it's done to a gospel kind of. But now I've got that stuck in my head. Okay. Midterms. Oh yeah, talk about your MAGA stuff. By the way, did I mention that we know how awful and unconscionable the Republican budget is, right? And the Republicans thought that they could just bring this up at right before, 6 p.m., just right before everybody's leaving. Maybe some people would have already left. Just bring this up and just get it through, whatever. And the Democrats showed up and they were like, oh, nay. Oh, yeah. And they stayed up. They questioned every single line or every single idea in there to get Republicans on the record for all of these cuts. Oh, but yeah, talk about how great your message is. Mm-hmm. This is the MAGA message. That's just this first card. That's just a regular Republican. The people who are being metaphorically raked over the coals in their town hall meetings in ruby red districts. Six of Swords. Move forward in the dead of night. Hanged Man. That doesn't bode well for them. Knight of Wands. So they're just going to keep doubling down on their awfulness and end up on even more shaky ground. So Republicans, there will be special elections before the midterms. There will be the midterms. And there are a lot of these are all about the Republicans. There's nothing here about Democrats. But it does not bode well. With the center being the Hanged Man and the last one being just about to fall on your rear end because you're so unsteady. And they're just embracing this extremism. Oh, Lois says, coffee cheers, everyone. Oh, that was the other thing. I knew there was something else that So I had the fortune/misfortune to be watching part of Morning Joe. And most of it is what it normally is. But one of the things that Mika was talking about was apparently over the last, like year, because of climate change, the price of coffee has been climbing. And then you get all the tariffs and garbage and all of that. Apparently, a lot of that hasn't even fully hit yet. But apparently, the price of coffee is spiking. And is expected to spike this quarter. And we're halfway through this quarter. January, February, March. DL says, oh yeah, coffee is up. Yeah. Cindy Pool says, I bought a lot of coffee beans because it's going to go up. Yep. And Kelpie says, I think my husband has 10 cans in the pantry. And Mary is saying, so is chocolate. Yeah. So, eggs and coffee. Yes, Lisa. And Mark. Hello, Fuzzness. How are you? You doing okay? We're just reading on coffee. Yes, we are. We're just reading on coffee. This morning I asked Miss Sarah if she still had the bag of, I kid you not, 1,100, okay, basically, I bought her a bag. Her husband's Welsh, her family drinks PG Tips, 1,100 bags of PG Tips. She put a bunch of it in the freezer. And this was a while ago. So I asked her, have any left? And has your husband, has the wisdom, his ancestral wisdom been shared on how to make World War II surviving the Blitz tea? So, I'm sorry, is that too noisy? Him cleaning himself right in front of the camera? Big goofy. You're just as silly. You're just as silly. And says that's a lot of tea. Yes, she also has a really big family. So, yeah. There you go. Ooh, some people are going to get creative with what's in their cup. Hold on says, coffee and cocoa are only grown in a certain band around the world, usually high up in the mountains. Climate hit 1.5 degrees this year. More heat waves coming soon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cindy Lou says, got 10 pounds of coffee beans in my pantry, 6 thick bars of chocolate in my freezer, and 8+ bags of chocolate chips. I'm set. Good. So, Patty, and I'm done, says Boo Boos and Kitty. Yeah. Republicans, Hanged Man, King of Cups. Oh, he or she with the coffee will become the king. Yep. And saying you can roast dandelion root, get a coffee substitute. There you go. City Pool says, reminds me of COVID days in World War II. So, there was a woman I saw on social media where she was, in the same way Sarah was saying, I cannot fight fascism uncaffeinated. She was joking, of course. I saw someone on social media saying, oh, it like had a big jar of some kind of seasoning. I will not fight fascism. I will not go through a fascist uprising unseasoned. TJ's asking, will coffee prices go up in Europe? Oh, yeah. This is worldwide. This is worldwide, I'm afraid. And I don't even think the economic chaos caused by the felon in the White House has even really hit yet. It's starting to. So it's climate change alone. It's been, yeah. Oh, thank you, Carol. That's very sweet. You're so sweet. Ace of Swords. Getting cutthroat prices. All right, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. 3 of Swords. Caffeine headache. Star. 4 of Cups. The wealthy will still get coffee and chocolate whenever they want it. Yeah. Sabine says, it's sad I can't have coffee plants on my balcony in Germany. I know. Mr. Dill says, it's like saying carob is as good as chocolate. Oh, I was allergic to chocolate growing up. chocolate and coconut. And to this day, I'm still mildly allergic to coconut. But yeah, I couldn't have it at all. And so my whole childhood, I had every other kind of candy, but I couldn't have anything with chocolate in it. And carob is it's like a punishment. I know some people like it, just Rosemary's asking, should I just rack up on chocolate? I cannot give financial advice. I do not have the credentials to be giving financial advice. I can tell you that last night I was editing some of the time-lapse video of me trying to make space, moving all kinds of stuff so that I have place in the basement to store the extra stuff I've been buying. And some of it, yeah, I've had to pull out of my meager savings, because I believe for myself, I believe prices are going to go up. And it won't necessarily, and there may be disruptions. So it may not be a thing. I mean, it may not happen. But I'm also finding now that I have these things, I find I'm cooking more. I'm saving money there, and I have less stress. But yeah, but I know that not everybody can do that. Amelia says, I'm in survival mode. I don't know that we need to be in survival mode. I honestly don't know. But like I said, me personally, I am trying to channel my inner home front mother, housewife, whatever. Cindy Lou says, if you eat carob, it's like wax next to real chocolate. Amen, sister. Mm-hmm. Joy says, you may not want to give financial advice, but you could give chocolate advice. Design Media FX says, I'm toned down on the grocery spending, cooking more at home. So am I. Imelda says, now those heart-shaped chocolate boxes will really mean something on Valentine's Day, I guess. Yes. Undersea says, can we grow coffee? Even if it's not tasty, it would still have caffeine, right? You'd be better off with, I think you'd be better off with black tea, because you can make it strong and still get caffeine that way. Coffee's a little more finicky and a little more expensive per how much you need. Like when I made, I don't have it still in here. When I made tea this morning, I mean, I've been ripping open the tea bags and using this little strainer that came with this mug. And once it's out of the tea bag and you put it in the strainer and you pour hot water in here, whew, boy, you can make it really, really strong. And that's Earl Grey. Earl Grey isn't usually that color, but I make it that color, or that I make it that strong. So, I know there's some people who like herbal teas. I can't stand them. That's just me. And I have allergies. So you get me anywhere near chamomile and I just start sneezing my head off. So everybody's different. Kara says, I have one of those cups too. It's good, isn't it? Amy says, I'm drinking Earl Grey as we scroll. Oh, Mary Jo says, get your Easter candy now. Ooh. Or get making so you can make it. So, what is that wonderful spoon? Oh, I love these spoons. I got a pack of them. It's this little kitty. It's just a little spoon, and it just sits on the end. Now, the only reason I haven't been linking to it in the description box is because I'm not 100% happy with the quality, because it's over time, it's discoloring. And it's not just like, oh, that's stuff from the tea. No, I'm not 100% happy with, like, if I could find this in good quality, a really good quality version of this, I would praise it to the skies. But it's good enough for me. So I have my little Katie. So Jane says I drink Irish green tea and it's delicious. Irish green tea. I've never heard of such a thing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Amy Jones says I made homemade candy for Christmas. It was easy and delicious. There we go. That's true, Amy. It could be. Linda Sue says, isn't tea from other countries too? Most of it. It is, but it, like I said, it's not for it. You don't have to grind it. If you, and my understanding is if you can buy, like, it's cheaper to buy in bulk, but you don't have to. So, sign me to FX. This is so weird. The things you are allergic to, I can eat and drink. The things you eat and drink, I'm allergic to. Weird. I know. I have found that too. I find it fascinating. And what different people are scared of. I mean, deathly scared of. And this person, deathly scared of that. But this person's fine with it. But they're deathly scared of this other thing. Yeah, they're fine with that. Yeah. Fudge, I'm going to have to share with you, believe it or not, I have got a really good fudge recipe that you make in the microwave. And it couldn't be easier. It's the weirdest thing. So, Raymond says, I drink Bigelow tea, green tea grown in the US. There you go. Anna said, best would be loose whole leaf tea. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Amelia. Yes, we've talked about this before. There's only one tea plantation in America. I've been there and taken the tour. Oh, did you know that all different teas are the same plant, just processed differently? Yes. And that is the brand of tea that they serve in the White House. So, and the last thing I will leave you with is a bit of trivia that you probably already know, but I'll share it anyway. The Boston Tea Party, where they took tea and they dumped it into the harbor, right? We think, when we think tea, we're thinking, tea bags, or maybe, they compressed it down a little or something, and, these tea bricks, and then they just dumped it in the harbor. No. These are specially made, massively compacted bricks of tea. Kind of like one of those great big bars of chocolate you can buy, but, yay thick, but it's like this big. And barrels. Thank you, Kelby. This, a family could take one of these bars. You would take a knife and you would just shave a little bit off the edge into the teapot to make tea. And one of these bars could potentially last a small family like a year. I mean, like, it was crazy. So when they dumped those barrels, thank you, silver barrels, yeah, it was basically millions upon millions of dollars worth of tea. But I think of that a lot because the Anne says, have a small compressed brick, shave it off. There we go. Yeah, I think about those a lot. Those super, super compressed. So I guess you'd have a chocolate bar that size, and you'd have tea that size, and one would last you, maybe a day or two, and one would last you probably at least 6 months. So anyway, Deb Hope says, wheels of tea are investments currently in China. Ooh. As in, like, the compressed, like, wheel-shaped? I love stuff like that. I'll have to go look that out. All right. Deb Hope says, I have a tea knife. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, so yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. But I've got some more questions. I'll roll over to tomorrow. And please remember, I'm here every day. And we have you. We have this great community here. Thank you every day. So do stop by. We go through the news with friends. So, all right. Please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. It's just going to take a bit. All right. So hang in there. In just under 2 hours, I'll be over on Creative Sprints with Sarah. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow with you. All right. Take care. Be well. And I will see you later.